Okay. Hello, SumK team. Let me give you something that we can do person to person as you're building your team and as you're working, even with your current teams, even with your current members. It's getting that belief. It's getting that understanding. It's making that commitment. Now, I'm not going to go through my 7 pieces of paper, but that's the basis of all this. And that basis, that job description. But here's this commitment. And you've got to have one on your left and one on your right. And you've got to have a 2-year commitment. And you got to have a commitment to this 2-year thing. I'm going to pay $499. I'm going to get a membership. I'm going to spend $150 a month on average to keep my business open for 2 years. I'm going to get a product of value. I'm going to believe that it's going to have stored value and it's going to make more money in the future for me. I'm taking that on faith, but you don't have to take it on pure faith right now. We got 5.5 years record. We got plenty of examples, and I'm going to give you one specific example that I think everybody can relate to. And it's a person that's not knocking out of the park, making a lot of money, or climbing the ranks. In fact, she's hoping to become a copper by the end of this year. I mean, that's her goal, is to become a copper by the end of this year. And so I want you all to become experts at a training that I did, and it's in your band app. It's in your top 10 first things that you need to do. It's called Building 7K in Momentum. And I have a little chart that says, okay, we're going to take your top 25 people, and would you like to take $500 and turn it into $3,750 in 4 to 8 weeks? So what if it took you a whole year? That's the whole key. So make a commitment. People are doing that all the time. So what you're really doing is looking to band together in a team and then grow this small group wherever you're at. See, my initial small group, except for the ones that died, are already that we started with in Baton Rouge that very first night on my birthday, November 17th, 2016. They're all at our meeting every week because we understand this. We don't have necessarily a guest every week, or we got more members than we have guests, but we meet every week. Now, some of you do it through Zoom. Hey, that's great. And as long as you're doing it, okay, that's the key. And you must be doing it, and you must be talking about how you can do something, not complaining about something that's not working or this isn't working or whatever. That's not allowed. It's only how can we do for 2 years. That's that attitude. Okay. So now I want you to understand, I'm gonna go to it because I'm gonna go to the handwritten one, but I've got a little PowerPoint on it. And I've stressed this, but not really totally stressed it the way I think I should have, but I have to now, because the reason I have to now is, see, the company's at a growth point. The only thing we can put out there in the marketplace is about the products. The way we started, I used to have cards I made up for everybody. I made the cards, you know, hey, are you interested in making up to $7,000 a week or $500 every month or so? We actually prospected based on income, extra income, with gold and silver. So you put those two together, I mean, it just makes good logical sense. And we capitalized on that. But now, because of, you know, the size of the company, where we're going, and regulatory matters, the company is requiring the income disclosure. Anytime you say certain words about residual income or anything anywhere publicly, that you have to provide an income disclosure, or you have to stop this type of thing you're doing here or there. And so everything I'm going to be doing is to show you how to build your business in compliance, and to build it just as rapidly or as more rapid than we built it in the past, because that's what you want to be able to take advantage of. And that's what these QR code cards, the strategy and implementation strategy I'm giving you, is what works. So what I want to do is I want to go to, if I can find that, well, that's our, you know, build to get paid on 3, somewhere around here. I'll find it. I promise you I'll find it. There it is. Okay. Okay. Now this is a simple thing that I've taught, but it's where you take your list of 25. Now I'm telling you, you can go back to people in your business right now that's inactive, and you can take these QR codes, but this is the key. And you need to be, this is where I want you to get good at that objection handling, by asking, what else are you doing in your life that can do it? Why don't we give this a shot? Why don't we? Why don't you? Don't let life pull you down. You get ahead of life by this. Let's try it. Give it a shot. We can't go broke. Okay, so but what you are doing is looking for those 2. Now you're $4.99, so that's 150 points. And so if you just go through the list of you helping this person, and then that person helping these 2 persons, no, I help these 2 persons. You see, when you get your person on your left, your person on your right, this is what I see hasn't really caught. When you are helping this person get their 2 people, you get to know these 2 people you never known before. This person is immersed in learning and doing their learning function while they're working on their next 25 in their list, as they building their list to 500. And then this person is doing the same thing. So you already know these 4 people because you help that person get these people in and closed. So you help this person, this person, this person, and this person. And that's exactly what I did. It's called leapfrogging. I leapfrog right over them and go to them, because you know how to do it better than the new person does. And they got to learn a little bit more, get a little bit more skills, attitudes, do watching their videos, get their onboarding completed and their certification, get all that done and out of the way. Now, when I have helped that person, in other words, you help that person get their 2. Okay, well, we got these. Now, we only are concerned about getting our 2. Okay, one on the left, one on the right. So you now know all of these people because you helped these 4 people get their 2. Now, this person gets into the game helping these people get their 2, and you help monitor the process and be the backup. And also some of the diversification of effort, because you've expanded the division of labor. So yeah, you're going to have to keep getting involved in the leapfrogging. And so that's the same thing I did. Okay, it doesn't matter who it was with. We did the same thing with Wayne. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. We just did bigger numbers with Wayne. Okay, Here, this is the numbers of doing your 5 a day, okay, to get to your 2. That's the whole point. If you do 5 a day, you're going through your 25 in 1 week. And that's what this whole premise is built on. And the numbers work if you will work the numbers, but you got to work them exactly the way that I'm sharing with you. And how are we working it? We're working it to make money, to build a business, to accumulate wealth, getting 1099 tax benefits as we make an additional side income, developing a residual income for life. Remember that one. Write it down. Play this over and over until you get that one down pat. That's got to become part of your vocabulary, your vernacular that you use in building your business with your one on your left and one on your partner, and your prospects, for them to be one on the left and one on the right with your partners. Okay. And the numbers, you can just walk through these numbers. The numbers work. If you do it, everybody's going to make that money. And you know what you make, this next row makes the following week. So everybody in this aspect is making money if you just do the fact. Now, you should go through and do it in 4 weeks like I have here. You know, I show you, and here we hadn't even talked about business family pack. We're just talking about $4.99, making a commitment, and you hadn't even bought a coin yet. But you did put yourself on autosaver, because that's part of the success factor of this. You just do it. That's called just doing it. Okay. And so, and then if you get to the business family pack, and you say, well, if you'd have been a business family, you wouldn't have made a $250 check, because you would have already been a copper, because you'd have had one on your left, one on your right. When we got the one on the left and right for yours, then they became associates. And so you automatically are copper. So you're going to make a $500 check instead of that $250 check. So you're going to make more money if you did the business. And so would the other people that you sponsor, if they do the same thing. But we don't want to slow down the works. Those that get the business family pack a little bit more visionary. They put themselves on top of their business from the very get-go. Some single people, it's a little harder for them to get it now. So they have to have a father, a mother, a grandpa, a grandma, an aunt, an uncle, or somebody that will allow them to have a membership that they're going to leave to them as part of their will. It's their control center. And learning these terms are very, very important to the bigger aspect. So you get to make more money quicker. And so you haven't even started your coin. So after 4 weeks, you start your coin. Well, now if you have new people coming in your team left and right, you'll get to the point of what we're talking about years in advance, where you have so many people on your left team and your right team. All you had to have is one on your left and one on your right, who would not like an extra 500 a week for the rest of their life. If it took you 5 years to get that, what are you doing that's going to give you that you can accumulate wealth, get products of value that gain value with time, and let me prove it to you? Then that's when you've got to have your stack and sell up. You got to have some good products that you can show. And I'm going to show my stack and sell real quick. Okay. And give you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm going to go to my newest purchases. Okay. Now, that's my latest purchase. I just received these coins yesterday in the mail. So I bought this state series coin and that state series coin, and look, I paid $139 for them. Market value is $195. Where could I have done that at? I don't even expect that. All I care about is the future. And so I'm not really having any risk. I am just taking my paper money and putting it into a form of asset that gains money with time. And even if it caught on fire, it's got an ounce of pure silver in it. I don't have any risk of loss. And if I insure it, I have no risk of loss. Now, look at my Mandela. I bought that a couple of weeks ago, paid $219.99 for it. Its market value $382. Where can show me where you can do that? Your money is disappearing in the marketplace right now. It's called inflation. It's getting eat up. It's burning up. And we all know that's a fact. So why not pay $4.99? Let's get your business. Let's get 1099 tax benefits where you're not even paying for these things. You just don't know it, but we will teach you how, and we'll get you into with the right hand, with the right information, so you understand that. Okay. Now, then what you want to be able to do is show them a good example of this. I'm not going to show you mine because mine just has way too much in it for most people to even understand. But I will share my phone, and I'm going to share one one example of a young lady. And so as it's allowing me to share, her name is Armina McVeigh. She's a disabled military veteran. Joined us a little more than 2.5 years. It should be coming up to 3 years, not in the next few months, and I will get that date when she is. But when she came to it and watched our Wealth Strategies presentation, she really wanted to do this business, but guess what? She couldn't do it. She didn't have enough funds to join us in the business, and it took her a little bit to get in and join us, but she saw the concept, and the keys that she understood is, I'm doing nothing. I'm only going backward. What Mr. Bob said is all true when he asked me those questions. What am I doing to do anything to make anything any different next year, the year after that, the year after that? And so she answered the question truthfully to herself. And so she did whatever it took to get the money, to save it up, to have it so she could charge it and get her membership, knowing she has to buy her coin every month. Now that became her challenge. I told you got to treat it like it's your electric bill. They're going to turn off all your electricity if you don't pay your bill. And it's going to be shut off immediately. They're going to give you no grace time. You got to treat it that way. Now, this is a person that had problems paying her bill at the end of every month with what she had coming in. She found a way to do it. And it took her 9 months. She came to every meeting. She did the watching the video. She did all the things. She wasn't that, she got all no's for 9 months. Okay. And I just said, just keep trying, keep doing. I told you 2 years. You've got to get the skills, attitudes, technique. You'll go back to the same people. We will. And she finally did. She went back, she got one sponsored in, and then she got another one sponsored. She made her first $500 check. And it took over 9 months to do that, to get her first $500 check. But even as a disabled military vet, she still got 1099 tax, limited as they were. She still got them. So she really did see, and we had a local CPA there to kind of help understand that was in our team. And And she really did see she wasn't paying the $139 every month for the specialty coin she was getting. She didn't even get the cheapest one too. So how about that one? Isn't that pretty cool? So she got the right one because she asked, which one should I get? I'm going to tell you the right one to get that going to give you a better savings, better return. And she just followed my recommendation. And so she's getting, and then she saw like the Miss Liberty when it came. She wanted that. She wanted the Miss Liberty, but that was way outside of her budget. But she made it possible, and she got that Miles Standish 1 ounce Miss Liberty coin. She got the 2 ounce too, by the way. Okay, so she had a set, and that was important to her because she understood. She did her homework, and she believed. Let me show you what faith will return you. Ermina had never had a savings in her entire life. Oh, and by the way, one of her first persons that finally joined her was her son, who said no, no, no many times, but he finally joined her. Okay. And then her brother joined her. So she had one on the left, one on the right, and it was in the family. So, that was another way of having a family business pack. But since she's made thousands of dollars since then over these packs, but not, where she's making 10,000 every year extra. No, she hadn't even got to that stage yet. Here's what it is. After 2.5 years, and we had everything, I had her load up, got her into Stack and Sell. She had everything loaded up. And I asked her, have you ever had $9,643 in savings? I said, Mr. Bob, I've never saved anything the entire life. Every time I'd start saving, I'd spend it on something. The only reason I hadn't spent these is these coins, and I don't want to sell them. I don't want to, but I don't have $9,643 in savings, Mr. Bob. I've got $16,370. And she is very proud of that. This is what she understands now, the market value of her coins. She knows she can sell them. She doesn't want to sell them. That'd be the last thing she does. She'll make, as she said, I'll make a loan before I sell my coins. It's pretty cool. But look, that's quite a return. Where can you need to ask for it? Now, where could you get a program that puts it on automatic? These are the forces of good of this membership of this company. Allows people to buy gold and silver bullion incrementally and store it for free until they can get enough that they can ship it to themselves. That's pretty cool. No other company in the world does that. That's a benefit of membership. Here, Stack and Sell provides us an opportunity. We don't have to take these coins down to the coin shop and get taken to the cleaners. No, it's the best source of marketing your coins, and you don't even have to deal with the buyers. And you don't have to worry, and the buyers don't have to worry about getting fake coins because they get them guaranteed and certified by Stack and Sell. They're standing behind them. So it's much better than us trying to sell and market our coins on eBay and get mixed in with all, and then having to learn how to do all that kind of stuff. This is a simple process that's available for any member. So do you learn all this stuff at one time? No, it takes time. This is the reason for get in here, buy your coin, come to your one meeting a week that you attend. Hopefully you hit the corporate Zoom. That's all we're asking people to do. Now, those of us that want to have more effort, more time, we can make more money and do more with it, and we can learn more. And some of us acquire those skills, attitudes, and techniques a lot faster and can and climb those ranks a lot faster and make bigger incomes. Okay. But this is the main key. Now, Armina, since I asked her to put this together for me in Las Vegas in May, this is hers at the beginning of May. Okay. Okay. She didn't add her other coins, and notice the next month in the beginning of June, she had same number of coins, 78, same cost, $9,643 over that 2.5 year plus period, but her coins are now worth $17,805. Look at that. They gained what? Almost $1,500 in 1 month. That's an 84.6% return. Where else could you get that kind of return on your money? Wouldn't you rather have your money in assets like this than in paper in the bank or an annuity or whatever kind of pieces of paper that you got? How well are they doing? What's the outlook for them looking for next month, next year, based on our current economy and the inflation spiral that we're in? But here we are in the beginning of July, and look at what hers has done. Same number of coins, 78, $9,643 what she spent, same stuff. But now her coins, another month later, are worth $18,031. So from the beginning of May of that 16,370, she's 18,000. $1,700 gain in just 2 months. That's pretty powerful. And that's all we're asking you to do. Not take a big risk. We're asking you to join a team with me and become part of one of the fastest growing companies in the gold and silver marketplace. It's not even 6 years old. You don't want to miss this one by, but you got to make a commitment to yourself, this 2-year commitment. And let's lock arms and let's do this. Let's talk about all the positive aspects of the coin. You know, I was blessed. I got one on the coin drop. Well, hey, last 2 coin drops, I didn't get a coin. My fingers aren't fast enough. But you know, does that knock me out of what's going on? No. We all have access to that. And I wanted to buy a couple. I tried and I did. But the whole key is we get first access as members. We get these great promotions. That's why those Mandela coins are worth so more the day after. They're sold out in just seconds. And you can put them on Stack and Sell and you can immediately market them. Like that has been being done. You know, if you want to do that, I want to keep mine. So this is the bigger aspect of our business. And this is what we must do one-on-one. And we can do it with a Zoom like I'm doing. And you can even use my Zoom for you to learn how to do it, or you to review it with you and your person. That's why I'm providing it for you. Now, since I did talk about income, and I'm going to post this up, and prospects may see this. I am going to refer to Subk's latest income disclosure and encourage you to read it, because we're very proud of it, because of what everybody makes, and it's with gold and silver. And these are but most of our members are customers, 85% of them. but many customers become associates because they see the advantages. They tell about it to other people because they enjoy all the benefits that they're getting, and they just naturally share it, just like it was a good movie they saw, or a great book that they read, or a super experience that they had, and they talk about it. And now they get to easily share it another way and just say, here's my card. It tells you all about it. They don't have to explain much, and the card will do the filtering. I want you to enjoy the benefits, you, your family, and future generations, generation for generation, and be part of the global growth of 7K Metal. It's an established company. It's got itself in a mega. It will be a multi-billion-dollar global giant. So why not take part of it? It's just like we had a chance to become part of the embryonic team of Amazon or of Apple Computer or of Microsoft. We're sitting in that same position, and the company just has a great referral mechanism and a member direct marketing company that really remunerates us for building the membership instead of them paying millions and millions and millions in advertising to create membership. They share it with the members who are sharing their membership experiences with other people to grow the membership of the company. I hope you see what we see. I hope you become part of what we're doing, and I hope you follow a duplicable system that has proven to give the results that my team is experiencing, and you can too. Thank you.